What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Always Compete Seahawks podcast. I am Sam. That is Mike, and today we'll be breaking down the Seahawks Week 1 preseason game versus the Raiders, and also giving a small preview to their Week 2 preseason game versus the Denver Broncos. So, really not a whole lot for this intro. We're just going to jump right on into it with Week 1, talk about some of the positives, the many negatives from that game.
Yeah.
So I guess we don't really have like any certified list. So I guess we're just gonna kind of go over, kind of what we could, we're just gonna kind of go over individually. If something pops in our head, we'll bring it up. But my first thought about this game, as far as positives go, is that the pass rush looked really good.
Mm-hmm.
The pass rush was Jeez, I'm getting totally mixed up here. Specifically, Alton Robinson and Darrell Taylor, who really, Darrell Taylor, it's got to bring a smile to your face a little bit, especially if you're a Seahawks fan.
It reminds me of a Bears fan here. It reminds me of Khalil Mack when I see that 52 coming off the edge. You love to see it, man. You absolutely love to see it. So 100% Darrell Taylor and Alton Robinson were a plus in our first preseason game. Yeah,
Alton Robinson legitimately just dominated the game. He was everywhere. He was in the backfield like every single play.
Right.
He had a tipped ball that led to a Ryan Neal interception. He was in the backfield all the time, and he really lived there. And he had a fantastic game, which is just really good because I'm a Alton Robinson believer.
Yeah.
I'm an Alton Robinson believer. And I'm especially a Darrell Taylor believer. And to see both of those guys really come out and ball out going into their second season where they really need to step it up a couple notches now that you've had a bigger offseason and you're going to have a more expanded role, you really need to step it up. Very happy to see those two guys succeed. Mike, what were just some other positives that you kind of saw from that game that kind of jumped out to you?
A big positive for me, and I know you don't want to go into the full bag of tricks during the preseason, but I've noticed a shift in the offensive philosophy. I noticed more motion. I noticed play action being more incorporated. I noticed those, bootlegs. And it's a little different when guys like, Geno Smith and all those guys, like the backups are running it. But in my head, the whole time I was like, ooh, imagine Russ running this play.
Yeah, in my head, I'm imagining, Dwayne Brown makes that block.
Right.
Chris Carson makes that catch. Dwayne Eskridge runs that route better.
DK's open on that crosser, right?
Yeah.
So I think the Shane Waldron effect is already being able to be seen. And I obviously, again, it's preseason. You're not going to do your whole bag of tricks. But I could just tell by what little we've seen that there's a improved offensive philosophy by the part of Shane Waldron. So that was also something very good that I saw.
Totally. I was watching the game and I saw all these routes and I'm like, and like I said, so-and-so makes that. Russ makes that throw.
Can you imagine Tyler Lockett on those little short routes they were throwing? Oh, my God. That's going to be awesome.
Because Tyler Lockett is very good at evading defenders. I don't know if you've ever seen him that skinny move that he does where he really bends his body to get around.
Mm-hmm.
And he does all that. And that's what kind of Tyler Lockett. And Tyler Lockett's going to flow so well in this offense now. Because the shoddy offense just doesn't work for him because he's not really a deep ball threat anymore. He's had a couple knee injuries that have significantly slowed him down speed-wise. Mm-hmm. So for him to be able to now kind of accentuate his kind of high reception upside, I think that's really good.
He's going to be used the same way that Cooper Kupp's been used in Los Angeles. Not a guy that you send on a go route all the time. But he's underneath. He's getting those. And then another thing, just building off of something that we didn't do good last year at all was third downs. We were terrible on third downs. This added emphasis on, for Tyler Lockett to have these short routes and to get him open and all that, it's going to lead to a much better conversion rate on third down. So really, really good stuff there from Shane Waldron.
You got to love it.
Got to love it. Absolutely got to love it. Going on to something that was a negative on the other side of the ball was, again, not of all of our starters played. I'm not panicking. The defense did not look good, really. It really didn't look good. Nathan Peterman sliced us up, which is a sentence I never thought I'd say personally without bursting into laughter. But Nathan Peterman, he sliced us up, and it just looked like sometimes the defense didn't know what their assignments were. And again, I get it. It's backups. It's preseason week 1. I got it. So I'm not panicking. But like, for example, there was a play where like Alton Robinson was like in pass coverage. Why was that the case? Why is
a
Alton
wide
Robinson?
receiver?
Yeah, on a wide receiver. Why do you ever have Alton Robinson on a wide receiver? So it was a little concerning on the defensive side. Not panicking, but obviously you'd like to see them improve here in the second game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the defense was pretty subpar. There was some guys who stuck out to me. I think Trey Brown had a solid game.
Yeah.
Obviously, just watching him, a lot of times when he was on the field, I would specifically look at him and didn't really look like he had too many errors. I mean, I think most of the catches that were kind of on him were just the scheme and how the zone was set up. So, I mean, I don't really think that was his fault. I think some of the secondary guys had great games. Ryan Neal had a really solid game. He played all over the place. He played up deep, and he even came up to the line of scrimmage sometimes, which likely means that he's going to be the backup to Jamal. So if Jamal comes out,
I would imagine so.
So if Jamal gets hurt like he did last year, God forbid, but if Jamal gets hurt like he did last year, Ryan Neal can step in and at least play that role somewhat.
People don't understand. We have a great safety room. We really have a great safety room.
And we have great secondary depth as a whole. We just don't have like our corners. Obviously, our best corner is not as good as the 49ers or the Rams' best corner. But much like with our defensive line, it's very deep.
We have a lot of solid guys. We don't have a lot of like superstars.
We have like 4 guys who I'd be comfortable running starting cornerback.
Yeah.
So that's very nice to see. I also think that Ahkello Witherspoon had a pretty solid game. But kind of a little final note there. But I mean, one thing that I'm not necessarily panicking about, just kind of a negative. Stone Forsythe was not great. Obviously, he's a rookie in his first ever NFL action. But when you allow Geno Smith, who's your quarterback, to get clotheslined in the backfield and get a concussion, if that's Russell Wilson, you're cut. You're literally cut from the team.
And that's exactly. I mean, we watched probably like the first half together.
Yeah, we watched like the first couple.
We literally said, "Oh my God, sign Dwayne Brown immediately!" Like that was the first words out of our mouth. Russell Wilson, if that ever happens to Russell Wilson, the entire city of Seattle is having Stone Forsythe's head. He is going to have to retire. Like that play, just to totally miss that edge rusher.
Retire.
When you're
he's going to have to go into witness protection if he allows that to happen to Russ.
Oh yeah. When you just totally allow an edge rusher coming off the edge to just cleanly hit your, I mean, that's like an edge rusher's like wet dream right there. Just to be unblocked off the edge, just have a beat line to the quarterback, and then just to clothesline Geno. Oh my God. I saw it today again with Justin Fields. I was like, come on, I need some offensive line here. But Stone Forsythe wasn't great. But I mean, like he's a 6th round rookie.
Once again, I'm not saying it's a panic. It's just like it would be very much ideal to see him, play good.
I think the offensive line in general wasn't great. We didn't play. Obviously, Dwayne Brown's not playing. Damian Lewis, Gabe Jackson, all those guys weren't playing. So the offensive line didn't look great, but that's not like a huge concern for me personally.
Yeah. I think anything else that really comes to mind as like DJ Dallas had that one really nice play.
DJ Dallas, yeah. Oh, yeah, good running.
Yeah, that one really nice play where I hate to say it, but like I swear to God, I blinked for a second and I thought I saw Marshawn Lynch. Like he looks exactly like Marshawn Lynch when he's running.
He's thick. Yeah, he's
thick. He's got the dreads, like the little dreads coming out of the back. Yeah. That don't go very far.
I have a hot take. I think DJ Dallas can compete for that running back 2 spot.
I think he's going to be the dedicated running back 3 this year. I do think that.
Because from all accounts I've been hearing, Rashad Penny is not impressing during camp. And as much as I hate to say that, he's not been impressing. Obviously, he didn't play in the preseason game, so we don't know. Reports can be whatever. But DJ Dallas had a solid season last year. He's played well so far in camp, and obviously had a great play in the preseason. So DJ Dallas looked good. The last thing I'd say, just a major positive, Josh Johnson got carries. I mean,
Josh Johnson got carries and he got a first down. Shout out to Josh.
How cool was that? Josh Johnson got a first down. That's just so cool. So
yeah,
obviously,
Josh is a homie, but I
want to
mean,
get those carries up next week. I'll say a negative. They didn't give him the ball enough. Want to get those carries up for him this next week.
Anything else? Because I know that Cade Johnson had a couple nice catches.
Jason Myers missed a kick. That was weird, but like it's pretty
Jason Myers missed a field goal.
Doesn't count though. Doesn't count against the streak.
That's when you hit the panic button right there.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, I think we should just sell the team.
Well,
I think we should trade Russ.
No, yeah, I saw that they landed for a field goal. I was looking at my phone. I looked up and I go, "What happened? He missed?" And I was like, "Oh my God, he missed!" So
yeah, and then immediately the report came out that Russ was being traded. Like at that moment, they had struck a deal.
Yeah, Jamal
DK got released. They couldn't find a trade partner for DK.
Jamal just rips his contract.
Jamal just rips his contract in half. He's like, he burns it on the sideline. But like everybody, all the Seahawks just walked off.
Bobby retired on spot.
Bobby. He's like, what is this? It's like, it's my resignation letter. Yeah. Just everybody either demanded a trade, retired, or opted out of their contract. It's just it was a very upsetting moment.
So that's kind of the recap of week one. I'd say more bad than good, but like
definitely more bad than good when you lose 20-7.
Yeah, it's preseason week one. Barely any. Did any of the defensive starters really play more than like a drive?
Akello played. Ugo played.
But Ugo's not like a starter. I mean, you know what I mean? Like
here, while you begin to move on our next topic, I will look up the snap counts.
Okay. Yeah, you do that. So we are recording this at 7:50. The game starts in about an hour. So we are playing our second preseason game against the Denver Broncos at Lumen Field. Awesome. You love to see it.
Return of the 12s. It's the return of the 12s.
You'll absolutely love to see it. Last week, the Broncos, Drew Lock looked really good. Like, really good in the preseason. Teddy Bridgewater looked fine. Again, I don't really care about winning preseason games. We could go 0-3, and I would be completely fine. What I am looking for is for the young guys and the inexperienced guys to get in some quality reps. I want to see Stone Forsythe play left tackle. I want to see him adjust, not make the mistakes that he made last time. I want to see our defense play more assignment sound football. I want to see more creativity from the offensive side of the ball. And quite honestly, I want to see our defensive backs. I want to see Trey Brown out there. I want to see a little Akilla Witherspoon, I want to see maybe some Trey Flowers.
So
Trey Flowers kind of got burnt. Oh, yeah, that was also a bad. We forgot to mention. Trey Flowers got burnt.
Well, it's not even like Trey. That was not even Trey Flowers' fault.
He just didn't play the ball in the air very well.
It was an incredible throw. I got to give credit where credit's due. That throw was like Nathan Peterman might have been the throw of his life.
Yeah, seriously.
Like it was like a bucket that was right there. And real quick, while I have the floor just for a second, I didn't find the snap count. I did find the snap counts. So starters that got real playing time, or guys who have potential to start and play serious playing time. Brian Monet got about 21% of the snaps, the defensive snaps.
Okay.
We got Cody Barton, who I believe is the expected starter at strong side linebacker. He got 41%.
Strong side or weak side?
Strong side, because Jordan Brooks is weak side.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Okay.
Yeah, so Cody Barton got about 41% of the snaps. Jordan Brooks got 38% of the snaps. Trey Flowers, 38%. Akilla Witherspoon, 38%.
Yeah.
So we got about like 5-star and Ugo Amadi, if you want to count that. So we have about 6 guys who are like legitimate
they're gonna get serious playing time. Yeah.
They're gonna get like 50% plus playing time.
Yeah.
In the game. And most of those guys are probably gonna get 90% plus playing time.
Oh yeah. Jordan Brooks is gonna get 90. Yeah.
Jordan Brooks he might get 100% of the playing time.
Yeah, just never you ever seen like those kids that play like offense, defense, kick return, punt return, pump block?
Yeah, for Pee Wee, and they don't even care. They're just like, They
Like a
get
squirt of water?
one sip of water.
Yeah.
They only get water during timeouts. They don't even get down the sideline. Only during like
And
injury
they're
timeouts.
like insane. They're like starting quarterback, starting safety, starting
running back, starting linebacker, starting kick returner, just like doing everything. But
Jordan Brooks, Shohei Ohtani, who? Jordan Brooks is the best.
Jordan Brooks is our starting quarterback this year.
Yeah, exactly.
After Russell Wilson demanded a trade because Jason Myers missed a kick.
That's good. But yeah, so going into our second preseason game, I've been noticing some teams' philosophies are a little different. I watched the Bears game earlier. Andy Dalton, their starter, played the whole first half. There was a good amount of starters for the Bears that played the first half. Watching the Panthers game right now, Sam Darnold played like a drive or two. So it really depends on the team. I don't think Russell Wilson takes any snaps.
Wilson, I think he gets snaps tonight.
You do? Well, yeah, that's totally fine. But I think we could both agree if he gets snaps, he's getting like a drive or two max.
Yeah, I can say that DK is not playing because Bob Condotta posted a video of him going hard in pregame workouts, which means that he's not playing because guys don't go hard.
No.
When they're D. Eskridge is not playing tonight, per Pete Carroll, but he's getting heavy workout, and before the game, he's really moving, which is great to see.
Awesome. He'll probably play next week.
And ladies and gentlemen, we have officially our first Jamal Adams pregame fit of the year, and it is spicy. It is spicy.
Boy, looking drippy. Is he playing? Probably maybe a driver.
He's not playing. I can guarantee that he is not playing.
I was gonna say if he plays like a drive or two, max.
Yeah, because he's just definitely not playing.
I doubt Bobby plays either. Really?
Yeah, Bobby will not play, guaranteed. Bobby will not play. Yeah. I can bet you that most of the starters will not get any minutes.
Yeah.
Russ might get a drive or two just to get a vibe of the Shane Waldron offense.
And just to be like back in front of the crowd. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Have him come out for like the first like 5 plays, just get the crowd pumping.
Yeah.
And then take him out. Have him come in for 1 play. Yeah. And then just sub in Gino. The crowd's like, yeah, we're seeing Russ. He does like a handoff and then he comes out of the game.
You like that meme that's like, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. That's what I've been waiting for.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm looking for.
I was watching the Steelers game, and they actually made an interesting point. So Ben Roethlisberger only played about a drive. What they said was the reason that they wanted him to play a drive is because they wanted him to get used. They also have a new offensive coordinator, I believe. They wanted him to get the feel of being in the stadium, having the headset on, getting the plays from the offensive coordinator. So I think if Russ plays, that's probably going to be the same reason, just to kind of get acclimated to the game day routine.
Russ did have an entire mock game, which most teams don't do. They do mock games versus like teams without a crowd versus like other teams like they do like a cross practice. Like the Rams have
everybody just fights each other. Yeah.
It's like just call it Rams UFC week. Make it like
exactly
pay-per-view.
Antonio Brown.
Boom. Yeah, Antonio Brown landed a hook, like a nasty hook. Troy Hill and Sterling Shepard were like throwing haymakers. Yeah. Aaron Donald just wants everybody's head for some reason. Oh my God,
when that dude took Aaron Donald to the ground, I'm like, that dude's good. You think like when he's on the ground and he's like, oh, please don't destroy me. Aaron Donald's like,
Aaron Donald, he takes Aaron Donald to the ground and he just runs away. Gets up and runs in the opposite direction.
Sorry. Can you imagine a fight really quick? Just a mini little bit right here. If there was a fight to break out of like a Seahawks joint practice, how many people does DK and Metcalf knock out? Just knock out cold. Like just down the side and like
what did you say? You kind of froze for me for a second. What did you say there?
So let's just say in a hypothetical scenario. I mean, Russ would never let this happen. But let's just say in a hypothetical, like the Seahawks are in a joint practice and a fight breaks out. How many people does DK Metcalf just knock cold out?
Well, I thought you were going to say who fights, because then I was definitely going to say DK.
Yeah.
DK is a fighter. DK almost got in like 4 fights last year, especially Drake Kirkpatrick. He got
Jalen Ramsey gets under his skin. I won't even.
Jalen Ramsey gets under his skin, but they don't like fight though.
He just gets.
They talk.
Off.
They talk.
Yeah. He almost.
Remember in the wild card game where after the first drive, they didn't score after the first drive. He comes off the sideline. He's like, "Damn it!" He throws his helmet on the ground. I'm like, "Dude,
yeah, dude." Jalen Ramsey has just a way of just getting under people's skin. But no, okay.
Really, he has a Richard Sherman-ness.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's got the Richard Sherman the hand thing. Yeah.
Yeah, where he walks up and shakes people's hand, and it's just so disrespectful. It's kind of funny.
How many people does DK knock out in that situation? I say 5 minimum. The punt, just knock out the punter.
Well, DK has long arms.
Yeah, he does.
He's got a long wingspan. He could do 2 hands at once.
That's true. That's true.
2 hands at once.
True.
You know, like let's say the Seahawks are in a joint practice with like the Packers. Mason Crosby coming from one side, bang,
and then Scott just like that.
Yeah,
knock him off.
And both their heads. Just
like he's like an there's like a dude behind him. He's like a superhero. He's like,
yeah, bow. Yeah.
Oh my god.
If anybody were to fight, or Dwayne Brown is a healthy candidate.
Oh my god. Can you imagine just a tag team? Like DK just flips over him. They high five.
Dwayne Brown's a maniac. Dwayne Brown would.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, DK, like, literally is like almost Olympic, this close to being like Olympic fast. You think DK just knocks him out, just runs away, nobody catches him.
Yeah, just like just takes off down.
Or dude, there's like a fight like in the opposite end zone. He just gets like a full head of steam, like an anime character, and just
yeah, like a full, just like
yeah.
He's like really like
the anime zoom in. He's like
yeah, and he's just like a jumping Superman punch. Just bow.
It said shockwaves. It said shockwaves.
I know that. One last thing before we kind of wrap this video up, because we've gone on a. This is a great video idea.
This is a great video.
What Seahawk?
Yeah,
like bro, we need to do like a Seahawks boxing match tournament.
We do
like
100%.
Like bracket that we do.
Yeah.
But like, all right. So, real quick, do you remember last year when somebody like a 49er like hit his shoulder to Russ's shoulder when Russ was sliding? I think it was Jimmy Ward.
Yeah, I think so too.
DK like put his hand in Jimmy Ward's face and Jimmy Ward couldn't reach him. He grabbed his face mask and was just like, and Jimmy Ward's just like, he's like trying to hit him.
It's like when the high school football players like mess with like the 10U team. They just like stick it out. They can't
stop it. Stop. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Yeah, because it happened. That happened. That was funny because DK just goes. DK does the thing where he just hand and face and lock arm, just like.
You're trapped. You can't move after that.
Just yeah. I think you remember when Dre Kirkpatrick last year got in a fight with DK. This was the Thursday night game.
Yeah.
Got in a fight with DK. Well, by fight, I mean like a tussle.
Altercation.
Altercation. And Dre Kirkpatrick was the one that hit first. I was watching on TV and I'm like, and I see like the flag icon come up on the bottom. I'm like, DK.
Yeah, DK ejected, bro. Oh.
What have you done, DK?
Yeah.
And it was Dre Kirkpatrick, and I was like,
and dude, DK just ate it. Like he wasn't phased at all. He was like,
dude, DK Metcalf, I'll be phased by Aaron Donald.
Did you see the one, dude? Again, really off topic here.
Really off topic. But
I'll swing back after this. Have you ever seen the PFT interview with DK and Aaron Donald? And like the whole time DK's just like talking shit to Aaron Donald. Like, bro, who talks shit to Aaron Donald?
Yeah, like
and he was a rookie too.
I think DK fears no one.
No,
I legitimately think that.
I think he fears Russ, and like that's it.
He fears Russ. Yeah. Like the last person he should fear.
Right.
Just, bro. I mean, real quick to end this off. The Seahawks play preseason football tonight.
It's a good day.
I guarantee you that there will be some happy moments. And there'll be some moments where I hate my life.
Yep, absolutely.
But that's the definition of a Seahawks football right there. That's going to wrap it up. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.